Welcome, creatures of the night. I'm Karli, your vampiress host, and tonight we're awakening the legends of vampires and mystical creatures.
I'm Pteloma, bringing the witchy energy and the mystical truths behind the bloodlines and dark folklore that haunt our world.
And I'm Tiffany, your paranormal investigator, ready to uncover the eerie encounters that blur the line between myth and reality.
Sink your teeth into this one because you're listening to Harlots of Spooktalk.
Before we dive deep into tonight's spooky story, I want to give a big shout out to Nighthawk Radio.
They've been dropping our episodes every week, keeping the spooks alive even when we're off air. Seriously, they're like the haunted heartbeat behind the mic.
If you're tuning in over there, hey Nighthawk fam, we see you, we appreciate you, and we hope you're ready for a night of chills, laughter, spooky talk, and haunted history with the Harlots of Spooktalk.
The legend of the vampire had lived for centuries, whispering through time, changing faces but never fading. A creature caught between life and death, cursed to wander the night, feeding on what makes us human, our blood. But what if it was legend wasn't just a story? What if it was a warning? Long before Hollywood turned vampires into heartthrobs and heroes, the myth told of monsters, pale, relentless spirits rising from their graves to drain the living. From Eastern Europe folklore to the plague years, villagers buried their dead with stones in their mouths and stakes through their chests, not out of cruelty, but out of fear. Because when illness spread and bodies didn't decay as expected, people swore they have seen the dead walking again. Every culture had a name, but the story was always the same. The dead don't stay dead, they hunger. And then came the one who turned myth into fear, Vlad the Impaler, the real man behind the name Dracula. Known for his brutality, he impaled enemies and left their bodies rotting in the forest as warnings. When his legend reached Western Europe, people began to blur the line between ruler and reaper, man and monster. Over time, vampires evolved from monsters lurking in crypts to elegant figures in black walking among us. Bela Lugosi, Anne Rice Lestat, Twilight Cullen clan, each generation reshaped the vampire into what it feared or desired the most. Because vampires are more than blood and fangs, they're a reflection of us, of obsession, immortality, or the hunger we hide in our souls. So tonight, as you listen, as the room grows colder and shadows stretch longer across the walls, ask yourself, if you could live forever, feeding on life and others, would you?
I don't know, that's pretty creepy.
Say that question again. If you could
if you could live forever, feeding on the life of others, would you?
Okay, hold on.
No.
Oh, well, hold on. This is a good question. Now, if you asked me when I was 16, I would have said yes, absolutely, you got it. But what is it? Is it good? Does it taste like metal? Like, I read a book once where the lady, she turned into a vampire, and then there was somebody that would donate their blood to her, but they would eat chocolate, so when she'd eat the blood, it would taste like chocolate.
Okay, here's a question. Could you outlive everybody you love and care about? watch them die as generations come and go.
Well, it depends. Right now, I might be a little sad, but also people kind of suck. Yeah. See, kind of like, what if we could make a covenant, like only put the people that we like and then make them all vampires?
See, I used to, back in the day before I had kids and grandkids, I'd be like, yes. Now I cannot bury my children and my grandchildren and go
Unless we make them vampires. They probably already are vampires. Just
to become a vampire, you're taking death into your own hands. You're got to murder people to survive. You can't, because once somebody donates so much, they either turn or they die. So, actually,
you're telling me. Oh man.
Actually, I should say that. As the darkest one here, I love the taste of blood. I love playing the little vampiric kind of stuff. But in reality, no. I wouldn't.
I like fruit juice. Does that count for something?
Wine.
I like wine. Does that should count?
I couldn't live forever.
mean, I could, maybe. Also, what does my husband look like? Like, do I have a forever vampire husband? Is he
Once you get sick of them?
She would.
I mean, as soon as I get sick of them, it's just, I mean.
Okay, Johnny Depp, if you're listening.
I would never get tired of you, baby. And also, you were my husband before you got married the first time. And also, you were my husband before I ever had, like, just shh. Before you came really cool, and all of a sudden everybody wanted him while he was in the middle of a divorce. I'm like, and I was so shocked. I didn't even know he was married. And I was like, oh, okay. I see how we are, but whatever. Oh yeah, I don't know. That's a good one.
Yeah, no.
Well, Tiffany, would she be a vampiress with me for eternity?
Fuck yeah. I mean, yes. Yeah. I'm sorry.
The three of us.
I got so excited. Oh my God, that's
Karli would get so tired of us. She would be planting ways on how to like.
No, because she can get away from us fast because she's a vampire. So anytime she gets bored with us, she can leave like in 2.5 seconds.
Do you think? Fine. Do you think she would have the powers like Edward?
I don't.
Okay, here's the thing.
We're not going based off Twilight.
Yeah, I don't do Twilight. I'm sorry. I'm too old for Twilight.
I am Team Jacob, but I want Jacob for me. I want Team Jacob as a vampire. But he's also really cute as a dog. I could talk about this all day.
Nope. I do Lestat. I do True Blood. I do Anne Rice. Yes, I do not do Twilight.
My gosh. True Blood is my
Eric Northman.
Favorite.
Yes. Alexander. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
And they have Wolf, Alcide.
Yeah, it puts Twilight to shame.
It does. It really does. The books, especially, and the show. Books are better. Yeah.
But Twilight, the books of Twilight are really good. I'm gonna just say that because I read all of them. They are really good. The movies, but the books I adore of Twilight.
See, I think if I was younger, I might have, but since they came out as I was getting older, it just didn't.
Yeah, it didn't hit the same.
Yeah, I
know. And then my other favorite one is Queen of the Dam.
Yeah, that one's good too. Forgot about that one.
Oh, he's sad too. Yeah.
All right, y'all ready for part 2?
Yes, we are. Take us there.
Okay, so not all that haunts the night drinks blood. So, like, I just got so nervous for some reason. Okay, so some just kind of watch from the veil between worlds. Like, some are half seen, some are half forgotten. So this is segment on mystical creatures as well. So, born from ancient stories, whispered warnings, and the dreams of those who once believed that magic lived in everything, which would be me as an adult. I still believe in magic. Don't judge me. I see the
Judge all you
face. Do not. We all believe in a little magic. So long before science explained away the explainable, people told tales of being who walked beside us. So, like, for instance, like the Fae, the shapeshifters, the banshees, and the spirits of the earth, which is things that we talk about on a pretty regular. Creatures that did actually live between between fear and faith. Not the Twilight movie, but the Twilight. So the Fae, or fair folk, were not all glittering pixies of fairy tales. They were ancient, powerful, and easily angered. It was said that if you stepped into a fairy circle, you might never return. That is a gift from them, could bless you or curse your entire bloodline. And we can get into that a little bit more because, like, this is a thing. You still, to this day, you'll see fairy circles, and it is said not to step into them. But I have seen people do it, but I never heard the outcome of them. Like, I have some groups on Facebook. And
What do they look like?
They're like mushrooms in a perfect circle.
Oh.
Yeah. But I also, okay, no, stop. I'm not even going to go there. But yeah. But in Ireland, people still whisper about the banshee. And the banshee is a pale woman who appears before a tragedy strikes. She doesn't cause death. She mourns it instead. Her wail is the sound of fae, a warning carrier on the winds that something precious is about to be lost. So maybe, like, what's the sound of a wail? Like, ooh, you know? Let me hear your wail.
Oh.
Oh my God, this camera. Stop it. I like that wail. That was a nice wail. My camera was so scared. But, yeah. So then there's the shapeshifters, which Karli, was it? No, you called them something else. Skinwalkers. Sorry.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah. So there's the shapeshifters and the ones who blur the line between the beast and man. Some wear their curse like a second skin. Others embrace it, feeling like the freedom of the wild heart beating beneath their flesh. So, like werewolves, skinwalkers, selkies, every culture has a story of someone who became something more or less. But perhaps the real magic behind those tales isn't whether they're true, it's how deeply we want them to be. Right? Yeah.
So your mind plays tricks on you all the time.
Yeah, but there's also a thing with, like, when you believe in something so hard, you speak it into existence. So what if, we're speaking these things into existence?
Or is yearning for something above this plane we're already on. Yearning for something higher, like higher knowledge and higher, beings.
Like aliens.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody earns for aliens, okay? I'm just...
Actually, a lot of people do.
I think Tiffany yearns for... judging by... I can see her way over here, and I can see her tiny little face, like, me. But yeah, so maybe mystical creatures are not gone at all. Maybe they just simply learn to hide better. And that could be in forests, or maybe in the moonlight, or in the eyes of those who still believe. Do I twinkle? Sorry, I have a lot of energy all of a sudden.
Too much caffeine there.
Yeah.
I had a really bad headache. And if you listen closely, you just might hear them listen back.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they talk?
Would that be called schizophrenia?
Okay, we're not putting a mental illness on this, y'all.
I'm just asking.
We're trying to keep it Disney friendly, okay? Like,
let it go.
Let it go.
like in the ways, like, we believe in fairies, like smidgeny.
Okay, I have a question. This is a weird one. What if people who do suffer from stuff like that are actually hearing things? And
That's
we just don't hear it because we're not on the frequency to hear it. I'm just asking, like, there's something for the universe.
You do know the difference when you're doing a reading. When you're doing a reading for someone, they're saying they're hearing this and that. If you're doing a reading and you tap into the energy, you'll know the difference between like the mental illness and I don't know. There's just something darker about the mental illness. It's like it gets heavy.
What if we're diagnosing some people, not all of them, but some people with a mental illness when they're actually hearing the universe? I'm just asking. I
believe you. I think
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I don't know if it's true or false. I don't know because I don't.
All I know is if I was hearing things that were true and they locked me up, you better bet your bottom dollar when I come back.
Now, I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in here real fast because if you've watched enough like movies, Karli might understand because if you really watch some that have like these people who are just you think they're going crazy, but they're not in real life, like because nobody will believe them until
that's what I mean, like. But we are going to have to do a whole episode on starseeds soon.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I would love that so much. Okay, so...
That's where that feeds into.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into... Okay, so Tiffany is actually going to take us for a fun little ride on, like... she likes to put everything logical on this.
Not all the time, but, yes, because... Who doesn't like a good,
yes. Okay.
For centuries, we've treated vampires and mystical creatures as stories, symbols of fear, temptation, and mystery. But what if some people never stopped believing? What if some never stopped feeding? Even today, in hidden corners of our cities, there are those who call themselves modern vampires. Not monsters, but humans who claim to draw energy, strength, even emotion from others. Some drink blood with willing donors. Others call themselves psychic vampires, feeding off life force instead of veins. I think that's right. In places like New Orleans, Atlanta, and Los Angeles, entire underground communities still exist. I've read about that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Karli's got the scoop on that one. Gosh. Yeah,
yes,
she's got the scoop.
No. With hierarchies, covenants, and gatherings held under moonlight. They believe vampirism, is that right?
Yes.
Isn't evil, it's ancient. A connection to something primal, powerful, something most people are too afraid to acknowledge. And then there are the sightings, stories that blur the line between folklore and first-hand experience. Reports of pale figures seen near cemeteries in Louisiana. Why is everything about vampires in Louisiana?
It's the Anne Rice, the birthplace for American folklore.
Oh, okay. Cameras glitching during paranormal investigations. Victims found drained, but not a drop of blood left behind. Skeptics call it imagination, but believers say it's proof that what we call myth still walks among us. And maybe that's the truth about creatures like these. Maybe they don't
hide under beds or in coffins anymore. Maybe they blend in at the grocery store, on your morning commute, even watching the live right now. Because legends never die, they just adapt. So the question isn't whether vampires are mythical creatures, exist. It's whether they've ever really left. Okay, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in because I know they probably still exist. Because don't they adapt to change? Like, wouldn't you think? Because they need to stay up to like
either adapt or don't exist. And it got to be something in this folklore because it dates back so far. Like, we've been putting stakes in people's mouths for decades over in different countries. So they had to be scared of something.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we just don't know what.
I don't think that they never existed. I think that they definitely did. And there are very few, from when we first started this show, I remember seeing like documentaries on people that did believe they were, and they would have the blood and stuff. But then you learn about all these secret hideouts and places to go. So you're kind of like, well, I think there's a little bit more going on than what we know. If I was a vampire, would I tell anybody?
But okay, I'm going to put this out there. We're not suggesting vampirism is a good thing out there. We're going to put that out there now. Don't drink other people's blood.
We're not suggesting it's a bad thing either. I mean, consent.
But remember, blood out pathogens and everything else, guys. Don't do it.
Be safe and don't steal from your local.
Just steal from your local boy toy, girl toy, whatever. Just get it.
Like, hey, Sandra, how you doing? Hey, Vicky.
But yet again, mythology.
Victoria sounds like a vampire name.
Mythology has some truths to it, has some false to it, but it's all our imagination too. What would this world be like without our novels, without our movies, without the thought of something might exist in the dark shadows? Life would be boring.
Right.
Let's put that out there too.
Well, it's like I said, like even with the Harry Potter, like in order for them to create these entities or these things, like they had to come from somewhere. You had to at least see them. That's how you, like, okay, what is it, like the soul snatchers in Harry Potter, like those creepy flying things? I've seen those before. I know. Why did I even say that? Because that sounds crazy. But yeah, those things are real. And I mean, how would they come up with that in the show without seeing them? Same thing for like vampires. And I might cut that later.
But like you said, all mythology has some truths to it. Not all truths. Now, we're not saying 100% truth, but it came from somewhere.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It came from somewhere.
People always put their twists and everything.
Yes.
That's why you hear the same story, but in different ways.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, back in the day, we didn't have telephones. So we can call people up and be like, from Romania to whatever, yo, did you put that spike in that guy's mouth? How
hey, Bobby, was that you? Was that you, Bob? Joey, get over here.
And we can't blame the travelers because they didn't travel that far. But I'm just saying, so it makes you think it has to be some truths out there. But without all of this, our life would just be boring. So,
do they fly though? Like, do you think they fly or just run really fast?
I think if they are out there, each have their own little special thing. Who knows? Like, maybe.
I think they can hypnotize. I don't know if they can run really fast or have any, like, maybe they could fly. Maybe they turn into bats. We never know. But I don't know if they'd be super duper fast like Edward, I definitely don't think they would sparkle.
No. They can be no.
Okay, they can be like the true blood vampires. We'll be fine.
Yeah, hot, sexy.
Yeah, more like. Yeah.
Well, you think it's going to have to be something to draw you in. So they have to be beautiful, right? They have to draw you in. They have to be able to hypnotize you. You know, they have to be quick in order to shut you up, you know.
They have those eyes that sparkle.
This is kind of hot.
Yeah,
but
like always, please leave a comment below. What mythology you want to hear next? What creatures do you believe in? And like always, like, share, and follow us. We love y'all. Blessed be.
Bye.
Stay haunted, bitches.